Good afternoon, everybody. SuperJax01 here. Now, it's time for a Blu-ray update for today, March 30th, 2021. I got a total of 4 Blu-rays. Three of these I got over the course of March, and then one of them I actually got about a month and a half ago. I apologize for waiting so long to do an update. I've just been busy. I was just doing with school, work, and I was actually doing a new draft. I've now on my new film Wild Ride, which is actually going to begin filming in less than 2 months. So if you have any comments about that, just let me know in the comment center. Anyway, so yeah, I got 4 Blu-rays. I'll just show them all. Instead, I got 2 of them I got at Best Buy in Warwick, Rhode Island, and 2 of them I got at Walmart here in Northentown, Rhode Island. Instead of showing them in the order of when they came out, I'm just going to do them in order of when I got them because it'll be easier to do that. Anyway, so yeah, this first one, this I got way back on February 9th. I apologize for waiting so long to do it in an update. But I got at Best Buy, and this Blu-ray actually came out back on February 9th. That is the Blu-ray of Freaky and Killer Switch Edition. Yeah, got this at Best Buy the day it came out. Initially, I was going to go to... This wasn't available at really a lot of stores. Like first I was going to get this at Target and work on it. I went to the Target store in Warwick, and then I went to the one inside the Warwick Mall. They had no copies there, and then I went to... Well, they had DVD copies there, but not Blu-ray copies, and then I went to the Walmart there in Warwick, and they didn't have any copies there. Yeah, a lot of people had this, so then finally I went to Best Buy, and luckily they had copies there. I don't know why it took them so long to do that, but anyway. Yeah, a bloody body swapping blasted by Drew Taylor Colliter. Yep, with Vince Vaughn and Catherine Newton. Yeah. I saw this in the theaters back on opening night, back on November 13th, 2020. I gotta admit, I really liked this film. I didn't expect to like it that much because it's one of those dark comedy movies and everything, and which is kind of similar to Ready or Not. As you all know, that I wasn't I didn't really like Ready or Not that much, so I wasn't expecting much going into this, but the trailers look somewhat interesting. It's like a horror version of Freaky Friday, where it's about this teenage high school girl and this played by Catherine Newton, and then this serial killer played by Vince Vaughn. They swap bodies, and it's actually pretty funny. Yeah. The only thing I wasn't too crazy about was the ending. Like the end, it had like a climax that wasn't really necessary. There was like 2 climaxes in the movie when only one of them was really necessary. For those who never seen the movie, this is a spoiler and everything. After like the Vince Vaughn's character and Catherine Newton's character, when they swap back to their respective bodies, and then Vince Vaughn's character is then shot to death by cops. And later on, when Catherine Newton's character comes home, Millie, that's the name of him. Vince Vaughn's character is called the Butcher, and then Catherine Newton's character is named Millie. Once Millie goes home after all that, the Butcher comes back completely alive, and then she kills him again. Like, there's never an explanation for how, like the Butcher isn't like Michael Myers or have some kind of special healing abilities or anything. Like, he's just a normal average dude, and somehow he survives that. But aside from that, it was still a good ending, though. Don't get me wrong, though. But I just didn't think... I think the extra ending just wasn't necessary. But yeah, really, really, really good movie. Yeah. This was... I believe this finished off as like my 5th favorite film of the year. Yeah, very, very... It's too bad they didn't release this on 4K, though. I don't know why they didn't release it on 4K. But anyways, you can see, here's the spine. Back, A Bloody Good Time, said by Simon Thompson of IGN. Bonus features got killer bonus features with deleted scenes. Also includes split personalities, Millie versus the Butcher, Christopher Landon's brand of horror, and a feature commentary and more. Yeah, because... Yeah, Christopher Landon is the director of this film. Yeah. And here we got the digital copy code. I've already entered that in. Since this is a universal Blu-ray, not really any artwork, here's the Blu-ray disc, which is a see-through disc, and then here's the DVD, which is a black disc. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, but I was very, very, very surprised by how good Freaky was. Really, really, really good movie. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you think. All right, now the rest of these are all 4K ones. This next one, this I got at Walmart in Northentown around last Tuesday, and this Blu-ray came out last Tuesday, and you all know what it is? Yep. This is the Ultimate Collector's Edition 4K Blu-ray of Soul. As you all know, that this film finished off as my favorite film of 2020. Great, 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 great Pixar film. For some of you, probably aren't even going to buy this film on Blu-ray because like you already have it at home because this was a Disney Plus release. Because we all know this film was supposed to come out in theaters back on back in June of last year. I believe it was June 19th. It was when it was supposed to come out. I could be wrong though. This was supposed to come out in theaters back in June of last year, but then due to COVID and everything, they ended up delaying it to November. And then in October, they ended up they decided instead of it being released in theaters, they said we're going to release it on Disney Plus on Christmas Day. So that's what they did. But yeah, really, really, really good movie. This is really a movie. It's not really like, like a kid's film. Like, I mean, kids can watch this movie, and I'm sure they'll really like it. Like, they'll like the characters, the jokes, the animation and stuff. But I think it's a film you'll really appreciate as an adult more. Yeah, that's what a lot of Pete Docter's films really do. Like, they really hit you emotionally. Anyways, you can see, here's the spine. Back, the best animated film of the year, stated by Peter Travers of GMA.com. Bonus features got audio commentary, delayed scenes with filmmaker's introduction, Not Your Average Show, Astral Taffy, get an in-depth look at the film's artistic and technical innovation, pretty deep for a cartoon, Into the Zone, the music and sound of soul, jazz greats, and more. Yep. Definitely good. And we all know, unfortunately, the next Pixar film, Luca, is coming out this summer. Unfortunately, we all know that movie's also just got moved to Disney Plus. I'm sure though next year when Lightyear comes out, that won't get a Disney Plus release though. Yeah. This also marked the second time where two Pixar films were released the same year, because then we know 9 months prior, Onward had come out, which that was in theaters. Of course, that didn't last very long because that was only in theaters for about a week and a half, because that came out when the COVID-19 pandemic first began. And then that was moved to Disney Plus shortly after, which I do have Onward on Blu-ray. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, but Soul, awesome movie. Anyway, here we got the digital copy code I've already entered that in, and a thing for Disney Movie Club, which I'm a member of again. Here's the 4K Blu-ray, which has Dorothea Williams and all the other band members. Here's the regular Blu-ray disc with the movie, which you can see Joe Gardner and Mr. Mittens the cat. And here's the regular Blu-ray disc with the bonus features, which you can see Joe in his soul form. You can also see 22 and Moonwind. Yeah, since this is a Pixar Blu-ray, there's artwork on the disc. Yep. Yeah, but still, Soul, really good movie. Like I said, it's a film, kids will probably enjoy this film, but I think it's a film that adults will appreciate a lot more. All right. And now this Blu-ray, this I also got at Walmart. This I got back on Friday. This is the 4K Blu-ray of News of the World, a towering piece of movie making by Pete Heyman of Deadline. Yeah, a great film, Western film starring Tom Hanks. Yeah. From Academy Award-winning nominated director Paul Greengrass, because, yep, that's who the director of this film was. Yep. I saw this in theaters at the Showcase Cinemas Movie Theater in Warwick. I saw it back on January 2nd. Really, really good movie. And oddly enough, like this is also a Universal film, just like Freaky, but for some reason, this got a 4K release, but Freaky didn't. I don't know why they didn't give that. It's kind of a similar situation to how with Sony, how Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood and Jumanji: The Next Level got 4K releases, but Little Women didn't. It's interesting, but anyway, yeah, this was a really good movie. Here we got the spine, back. Extraordinarily moving, as stated by Michael O'Sullivan of the Washington Post. Yep. Rosie just got deleted scenes, partners Tom Hanks and Hella Zengel, Western action. Paul Greengrass makes News of the World. The Kiowa, feature commentary with co-writer and director Paul Greengrass. And 4K disc includes all bonus features in 4K resolution. Yep. Here we got the digital copy code. I've already entered that in. And Universal Blu-ray again. Here's the 4K Blu-ray, which you can see Kid and Joanna. And here's the rare Blu-ray, which is a see-through this, since, once again, this is a Universal Blu-ray. And yep, you can see me recording here. Yep. News of the World. Really, 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 really good movie. Definitely, definitely recommend it. Uh, And this is one of two Tom Hanks movies that came out this year. The other one was Greyhound, which unfortunately I don't have Greyhound. I don't know if they're going to release that film on Blu-ray because that film was released on Apple TV streaming services. So I I honestly have very little um, optimism that will be released on Blu-ray, but who knows? All right, and this last one, this I got at Best Buy in Warwick, Rhode Island today. This Blu-ray came out today, and this is the big one. Yep, Wonder Woman 1984. Now, I liked this film. I I still think the first Wonder Woman is better, but this was actually not a bad film. I know this film is one of the most hated DCEU films ever. I know a lot of people were very, very, very disappointed by this film. Yeah. I do agree with all the flaws and everything, but I didn't think it was that bad. At first, I loved it when I saw it, but afterwards, like, I still have problems with it. One of my main problems is like I'll get into that in a minute. I really did not like the opening scene, the championship on the Amazon island. I know a lot of people say that was like the only good scene in the movie, but I really didn't like that scene because one, it dragged on for too long, and the others is that uh, it didn't have really any relation or like foreshadowing or anything related to the rest of the movie. Yeah, but I saw this in theaters quite a few times. The first time I actually saw it, I saw this in theaters back on. The first time I saw it was back on Christmas Day, Showcase Cinemas, and then I saw it like two more times after that just to be sure. I liked it. Yeah. The yeah. This was the first release. This film also had several other release dates. Like, this film had like seven different release dates because when this movie was first announced, shortly after the first film came out, this was supposed to come out back on, I believe it was December 20th of 2019. And then when Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker took that release date, they moved it to, I think, Thanksgiving of 2019, and then they moved it up to November 1st, 2019. But then they decided to give it a summer release, so since that's what the first film did, so they moved it to June 5th, 2020. And then when the COVID pandemic began, they moved they moved the release date to August 14th, 2020. And then when that release date around spring, they moved it to October 2nd, 2020. And then when that release date moved again, they finally released it. They moved the release date to Christmas Day of 2020. And that's when they finally released it. However, they decided to do this thing where they released it in theaters and on HBO Max at the same time. And that began with Warner Brothers' big plan for 2021 is that all their films released in 2021 will they'll be released in theaters and on HBO Max at the same time, which is kind of dumb. Yeah, I've already seen most of their movies that I've seen this year. The Warner Brothers films from 2021 that I've seen this year so far are The Little Things, Judas and the Black. I don't remember what the other title was. And I also saw the Tom and Jerry movie, and then those are the films I did see in theaters. And then Godzilla vs. Kong is coming out tomorrow, actually, but I'm going to go see it this Friday. That's plus, yeah. So, despite the fact I only have HBO Max to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League, in which, yep, Zack Snyder's Justice League is now my new favorite DCEU movie. Yep. Anyway, let's show off the rest of this packaging, and then we'll talk more about Wonder Woman 1984 later. Anyway, here we got the spine, back, filled with action, spectacle, and horror stay by Cinema Blend. Once you just got the scene studies, The Mall and the Open Road, The Making of Wonder Woman 1984, Expanding the Wonder, Small But Mighty, Meet the Amazons, A Gag Reel, Black Gold Phase Informal, Wonder Woman 1984 Retro Remix, Gal and Christian, Friends Forever, and Gal and Christy Having Fun. Yep. Open this up. Here we got the digital copy code, which I already entered in, and here's the 4K Blu-ray, which you can see the W for the Wonder Woman signal. And then, which that's a black disc. And then here's the regular Blu-ray, which is a blue disc. And then here we got the image. You can see Wonder Woman, a.k.a. Diana, and then Barbara, who later becomes Cheetah, the film's main antagonist. This is during the... I'll give you a better view. Yep. This was during the White House fight scene. Yeah, prior to Zack Snyder's Justice League, This is a good film. Like I said, I still think the first Wonder Woman is better. Like the oh, right. Prior to Zack Snyder's Justice League, the first Wonder Woman was my favorite DCEU movie. Yeah. I liked a lot of the things they have going for it. One of the most controversial things is that they say that Diana R-words a random man. Because as we all know, this is going to a little bit of spoilers. As we all know, from the trailer, it's real that Chris Pine's character, Steve Trevor, comes back. Even though it caused a lot of confusion because Steve Trevor died in the first movie, and the first film took place in World War I, and this came take place in 1984, but he's shown to not age at all. For those who don't know how it works, is that the main MacGuffin in this film is that there's this magic rock who grants wishes. So whenever somebody touches the rock and makes a wish, their wish is immediately granted. Diana inadvertently silently makes a wish for Steve to come back. And the thing is, Steve technically his soul comes back in another dude's body. Despite that, though, the audience, with the exception of the party scene and the mirror scene, the audience just sees Chris Pine, the way we remember Steve from. That's one of my main problems, and then they kind of do it together. I'm not going to say the words because I don't want to get demonetized or anything, but yeah, it's believed that since Diana technically made out with a random dude's body without his consent. Yeah, my main problem with it, I mean, yeah, that is a main problem, but my main problem with the whole thing of Steve coming back in another dude's body is that it has no story relevance. Like, why was that necessary? Because, like I said, with the exception of the party scene and the mirror scene where we see the random man, the rest of the movie, we just see Chris Pine, like Steve as we remember him as. So it feels like had the wishing rock just brought Steve back in his original body, nothing about the movie, nothing about the story would have changed. Hardly anything. And one of my favorite things, though, is the film's other main antagonist, Maxwell Lord, played by Pedro Pascal, who we know plays the Mandalorian. He was probably one of the best characters. He was probably the best character in the movie. Yeah. Yeah. And then Kristen Wiig. I do think Kristen Wiig is an awesome actress, but her character Barbara, who later becomes Cheetah, she was not a well-written character. It's like, one of my main problems is like her goal and motivations. Like, her only reason for trying to stop or trying to kill Diana and everything is that she doesn't want her wish. She makes a wish on the stone to be like Diana, and because of that, it she starts becoming strong and having the same powers as Diana, but then it takes away her. There's a price, like it takes away her kindness and everything. The one problem I have with that goal and motivation is that Barbara is trying to stop Diana because she doesn't want her wish to be undone. But the thing is, Diana clearly stated she didn't want her wish to be undone. She just wanted Maxwell to stop granting wishes. So technically they were on the same side, sort of. I don't know. Yeah, it does have a lot of... There's a lot of things I liked about this movie, but a lot of things I didn't like about it. If you really want to know more about it, you can check out videos people saying what's wrong with the movie and everything. I don't hate this film, though, but I do think it's probably one of the weaker DCU movies. I know at first it was one of my favorites, but then I realized it's definitely one of the weaker DC Extended Universe films. I do recommend, though, if you haven't seen Zack Snyder's Justice League, though, that's definitely worth a watch. Another one of the main problems I have with this film was the runtime. The film was 2.5 hours long. I mean, sure, but Zack Snyder's Justice League was 4 hours long, but that was all story points and everything. It was all relevant to the story. Here, there are a lot of scenes, most notably the beginning of the movie. There are a lot of scenes, or fight scenes and everything, I think that either could have been shortened or cut out entirely. That's just my opinion, though. But yeah. But Wonder Woman 1984, it's a fun movie, though. I can say that. All right, there you go. That's my Blu-ray update for today, March 31st. Or no, March 30th, excuse me, March 30th, 2021. I will see you all for my next video coming soon.